Hello and welcome to FunBikes TV. My name is James and today we're going to do a technical help guide for the 49cc mini quad. For the purpose of this video, I've already set the opposite side brake. When we set this brake, it's critical that we make sure that both brakes pull and bite at the same point. As the wheels are independent to each other on the front but operate off the same brake lever, if one brake is set sharper than the other, it will cause the quad to pull to the left or the right when your child presses the brakes. The two bolts with the threads on them adjust the outer edge of the brake caliper, allowing you to move that side closer or further away from the disc. Set it so that the brake caliper is as close as possible to the brake disc without touching it. Small adjustments make a big difference on these brake calipers. Once we're happy with the outside edge, we're then going to set the inner edge. We're then going to set the inner pad. Using an 8 spanner and a small Allen key to undo the bolt, we're going to adjust it accordingly to make sure that the brake is set correctly. By winding the inner bolt inwards, it will move the pad closer to the disc. By winding it out anti-clockwise, it will move it further away from the disc. Once we are happy with the positioning, constantly spinning the wheel and checking on the brake lever itself to make sure that it's pulling correctly, we can tighten up the centre nut. We now need to make sure that both brakes pull at the same point. So raising the front wheels of the quad off the ground or using a maintenance stand as we do, spin both front wheels over and then press the brake lever. Checking that the caliper levers are pulling at the same point and stopping at the same point. Spin the wheels over again and double check to make sure they're pulling equally. We now need to set the rear brake on the quad. This is slightly different. It's a floating brake caliper and there is only the one bolt that we can adjust on it. This pushes the outside pad inwards towards the disc. Again, it wants to be set as close as possible without touching it. Looking down the caliper to the disc to check the gap between the pad and the disc. Adjust the bolt accordingly until you are happy with it, pressing the rear brake as you are going along to ensure that it's not too sharp and just causing the back wheels on the quad to lock up. Hold the Allen key in the centre and then tighten with the spanner to ensure the bolt does not work loose. Many thanks for watching and let the fun begin.